make a motion that we accept Shirley Swigert's resignation, but at this time we will not make a decision on the paid vacation time.
Second on that. Okay, the motion has been made and seconded.
We accepted, and we're going to make a decision later on the paid vacation after we visit with the county attorney.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded that we accept the resignation of Shirley Swigert from the position of deputy clerk. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, that's been done. All right.
You
Want to backtrack up, Dave?
Dave?
Morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Hi, Terry.
No. No.
No?
No.
No. Okay, okay.
Guess I should have asked you first.
2 seconds. So, we want to...
Let us find our paperwork here, Dave.
Okay.
We'll get
All right, no problem.
going. We went ahead and signed and approved this agreement, airport operator agreement.
Okay, okay.
So I think Robert's the only one that has to go ahead and sign that. We'll get it filed.
Okay.
And could you tell us about this 5-year airport capital improvement program?
Okay. And I have tried to, keep everybody informed. I've been up trying to keep everybody informed of what goes on. And this is required by the FAA. What our airport gets from the FAA is $155,000 a year. And of course, it's a 90-10 program. The local funds is 10%, and the FAA produces 90%. So as soon as we have a project that is on this 5-year plan, as soon as the FAA comes up with enough money, then we ask the commissioners to come up with the other 10% so we can keep our airport improved. It's worked out really, really neat because we've, been able to go from asphalt to concrete and then purchase land and extend the runway. Here just 2 months ago, we got an instrument approach that'll take us down to 200 foot minimum, 200 foot in a mile from the south. There's also one coming in from the north that the FAA flies and publishes that approach. There's no cost to that. It's just them getting it done. So that's the reason that we keep on this 5-year plan and do as much as we can, because at 90-10, it's almost impossible not to. We don't want to spend more money than what we need, but if we can improve our airport and get it to where it's...
I see you have some snow removal equipment updates for 2017. Is that what you're looking at?
That's actually been moved now to 2019.
Okay.
See, the latest one here was just, I just had this sent to me by the FAA just the other day. And so the snow removal equipment is for 2019. And let's see, of course, their fiscal year is, I'm thinking it's June.
Last day of June.
July, yeah, last day of June, July through June. So that's why we're already into the 17 year. So that's why.
Okay, so that those numbers listed under 17 is I think yours is different.
Right.
Yes, it is.
And the reason that it's moved to 2019 because of their $155,000 part we wasn't gonna have enough money in 2018, so we had to go to 2019.
So you're gonna put up a building in 19?
The building is 2022.
Okay.
So this is
This is outdated. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be fine. And then there's a couple items beyond that, but, the years get so far out that we don't even know, that that's really gonna happen or
Yeah,
not,
sure.
so.
Can't predict the future.
Right. But, so this year, and this has already been approved by the FAA, we've got there was a conference call between Olson Associates is our engineer for projects. Everything goes through them. They do the advertising for the bidding and everything. And so this year, we've got the ramp area, the parking area to be concreted. Then an area to go to expand for hangars, additional hangars, and that will be concrete. And the reason that we're able to do that is because FAA rules are something where our apron, they're going to actually downsize the apron a little ways, which is crazy, but it's got to be so many feet from the center of the taxiway that goes to the fuel pumps. So they've said, oh, you've got too much there. I mean, they approved it the first time, but they don't approve it the second. So that's going to be actually narrowed down a little bit, but we're able to keep that same amount of square footage, so that's why we're able to use that to go toward the new hangar area. And then also, in with this, in the runway, we've got, I can't tell you, something like six of those 25 foot by 25 foot, or I think they are 25, squares of concrete that have cracked, and the base is going to have to be dug out and redone and put new concrete in there. And so that's all in this year's project.
Sounds like a great, great plan and agreement with the FAA to.
Oh, it's great, and that's why if we don't have a 5-year plan in there,
Right.
then we just get cut out.
Yeah.
So do we budget so much a year and you build up that 10% for projects?
Of course, there's two different things with the airport, and the one is the operating, normal operating annual.
Lease with Grace's.
Well, no, this is with the airport, and I think it's is it 22,000 a year, I believe. It has been, if I'm not mistaken, and I can get you, figures on that.
Is that where the 10% comes out of?
No, this is just like for maintaining the NDB and contract with Grace's and other normal operating expenses, light bulb replacement on the runway and stuff like that. So that's on that one annual budget. Then there's another budget that is the capital improvement fund.
Okay.
And the capital improvement fund is the 90-10.
All right, that's what I want to know.
Yep. Oh, yeah, here's a map that I can show you right here. Here's of course, this has all been, last year's project was to do the taxiway, so this has all been tore out and concreted all the way to the fuel pumps and the two taxiways to the hangar, so that was all done last year. So this is all concrete. This is still asphalt. So this is what is to be torn out this year. And then here's the 25-foot taxiway to the future hangars. Yeah. So you can get a picture of what's going on there, and go ahead.
So do we lease those hangars out then?
Yes. Well, actually, the individual that's building the hangars builds those hangars on their own. They pay for the hangars and build them their own self. But there has to be a lease on the ground that they set on. And that's a problem right now, because all of the leases, maybe not everyone, but they're all outdated. And we need to have the county attorney see what descriptions, and like Rick Rogers on his hangar, he built a new hangar up there, paid for it and everything. There is nothing from the county that he has, and he has asked and asked and asked, and nothing gets done. Like my two hangars, the leases on them are not right. So the names aren't right. Nothing is right on them. So that all needs to be reviewed. And then,
I think Nicole was looking into that, wasn't she?
well, I never did hear back to know. Then the other thing is the new hangar areas. Our Diane will get us, legal descriptions of where they're at. So we need to have new lease agreements on those, prepared and ready to go. Because if somebody wants to build a hangar, you're sticking your neck out by spending $100,000 on a hangar, and you don't have any.
Kind of like buying a car without a title.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So there needs to be a lease prepared for that too. So.
Okay. So basically, we need to wait on the county attorney and her input before
We do.
we do anything else.
I think it's. I'd like to see things move a little bit faster there than what they're moving,
Okay.
because when somebody wants to build a hangar, we need to have things ready for them.
All right. So do you actually need anything from us this morning?
Well, I think now the way I understood it, there was $90,000 to be in the capital improvement fund for this year.
Towards it.
Right. Because that capital improvement fund is it is our 10% of local, of what it's going to take. And of course, we've already accepted the FAA's funds, and, we're committed.
Yeah, obligated now.
Yeah. So,
We haven't had the opportunity to look at a budget yet.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Well, this one, it isn't in there. It isn't added on like, with special equipment and add-on things like the airport and all. So I don't know if Rogers will help you or not.
It's been kind of confusing on exactly where,
Exactly.
but I have, every time there's something going on, I always come up and get approval from the commissioners. So, we can look at past meetings.
He comes up and gets more money.
Do you know how much money is in the capital improvement fund right now?
Not off the top of my head.
In the 2016 budget, we budgeted $90,000 to be transferred to the airport. Okay, that's in the other, it's under other. Now, the auditors had requested that we normally not move transfers until the end of the year, or they clear and okay the transfers. They want to make sure that they don't have to turn around and write up the Board of Commissioners for not, I forget what their verbiage is there, but essentially, you gentlemen are responsible for the county finances, and the write-up would go against you for not, monitoring is the word I'm looking for not effectively monitoring. Do you see the 90,000? Okay.
98. Well, I was in 1,538 now.
Now, the way I understand it, that the capital improvement fund is only for airport.
We have a new fund which was created last year specifically for the airport because the old fund was commingled and there was 2 or 3 different major concerns there. Road and Bridge had a concern, you had a concern,
Right.
and there was a couple of other concerns. So it was split out to help monitor the finances.
See, before that, capital improvement was only airport, and then somehow we got
Everybody
other
else
stuff
jumped
thrown
in.
into there, and so it was really hard to know exactly where we were at. And so that's why we,
So when you read the 2015 auditor's report, you'll see, I don't know, in about page 10 or 12, you'll see where they were merging the old airport funds and everything in together. So we did address that last year, and hopefully that'll help make it clearer for you gentlemen this year.
Good.
This year's budget, 2017, I think we budgeted 55,000 to be transferred to airport. So that particular fund there, you could probably make a decision to move that out if you needed to now, or at your discretion, and not wait until December to do it. I don't know what your needs are for this year.
Only
well,
12,000 more is what the auditors give us.
I'd have to look at your fund balance and then look whether or not you're going to need that other 90K. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Again, we're gonna need the county attorney to help
No
guide
doubt.
us through this.
Okay.
So,
just as long as what we've, have accepted from the FAA, that we've got the local funds to cover
Right.
that, and that's my
and it
worry
sounds,
about
and
it.
it sounds like we've made,
I think so. Right.
we've made those adjustments. So.
I don't know how you can tell.
Yeah, we're not sure how you
I don't
tell
know how
that.
you
have
can
to-
tell if it's in the right line item.
Well, I mean, it
Well, here we
covers
go.
everything, but
So here's a capital project reserve. That's usually where it comes out of, capital project.
well, he said they put it under other.
The auditors this year decided that they would prefer to have even the grant money just in, so their grant money and their other funds just go through this capital improvement.
Okay, and one other thing too then, when we do get a bill from like Olson Associates, then it's in this, this year's apron project. So then the bill comes and then we're gonna have to do a drawdown from the government. There's a FAA site, are you familiar with that? We'll have to get that figured out. I can help you. Deb has been doing all of that, and I just send her a copy of the bill. She goes in and the 90% of the money just comes right away. So all of the payments for this capital improvement has been coming right through the county. It doesn't get transferred to the airport checkbook. Now that other operating money has been going directly to that checkbook, so.
Okay. All right, Dave. We'll muddle through this.
There you go. Well,
And,
I'm available
yeah,
anytime,
me too.
and so,
I'm sure I'm gonna have questions, so,
sure, that'll work.
all right.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Dave. Okay, we kind of backtracked there for a little while. We're running a little behind here, but I think, Scott,
Sure.
you're next.
Absolutely. Welcome aboard, everybody.
Good morning, Scott. Scott.
All right. Normally, the hospital goes to the second commission meeting each month when we present kind of the statistics from the month prior. Obviously, being the 9th today, we don't have that luxury because we're closing out December. It takes about 10 days or so, and so once we get in the normal routine of things, you can expect that from me, kind of to show up each month with a highlight of the previous months. Occasionally, I'll give a quarterly analysis to you all and keep you abreast of the main issues. As I know you're aware, Cheyenne County Hospital is one of the larger employees in the county. We have 85 employees, 5 providers, and I know this sounds very basic and generic, but I guess for the sake of formality, I'll give you a brief synopsis. We have several specialty providers that come to our facility primarily from Kearney, and that outpatient area is an area that's been growing pretty significantly at our hospital, having recently got pulmonology and orthopedics on board, as well as a slowly growing telemedicine program. Our 5 primary providers, which spend the majority of their time at the clinic, 2 MDs and the 3 PAs. Again, I know this is very generic information, but probably worth highlighting. Coming off of a pretty challenging year in 2016 from a financial perspective. You guys, I know, are probably aware that the hospital receives 6 mills and 1% sales tax from the county each year, and that was approved for 2017 as well. I guess some of the bigger issues that we've been contending with as of late have been on the staffing front, particularly with regard to nursing. We've been in the midst of a nursing shortage for several months now, which thankfully is coming to an end. I look to have that curtailed here by the end of February, and I think we just need 1 RN still to hire to get back to full strength. So that was a little bit cumbersome from a scheduling and financial perspective, just bringing in contract nursing, but we're getting our feet back under us on that front. So looking forward to optimism with 2017. We had I don't have the numbers, like I said, but December was a very strong month. As a matter of fact, we were year to date coming into December significantly behind our mark, even from 2015, which was a really tough year just from a census perspective. And it appears as though December is going to save us in rather significant fashion. I think our average daily census for the month was between 7 and 8-ish, which generally we shoot, if we can have 3, we can stay on pretty solid footing. So I will certainly offer that here, absent all the numbers I normally provide. December was a very strong month, and we're looking to carry that momentum into the new year. But that's what you can expect from me. Like I said, kind of a synopsis of the previous month. Each quarter, I will bring you a quarterly synopsis, semi-annual synopsis, and an annual synopsis. So kind of just march you guys through the year and keep you apprised of our financial status in general fashion. I won't drag into the details, and as correlated with our volume both on the hospital and the clinic side. So certainly look forward to working with you, and hope you know to call me anytime. If you come into the hospital and take a right, you can find me at the end of that hallway. I know you guys know that. But are there any questions I can answer right off the bat here?
I think I'm good for now.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. All
All
right,
right, look
guys.
forward to seeing you next meeting.
All right, absolutely. Take care.
Thank you, Scott. I believe 9:30, Eddie, Senior Living Task Force.
Come on up, Tom. Congratulations, Scott.
Terry, glad to see you back. Roger.
Roger.
The past commissioners have been very involved in getting us moved along through our process, and we look forward to working with the new Board of Commissioners. And if you have any questions that you have about what we're doing,
The big one is where we're at. Is your
a line of credit, so we would just pay interest on it, as we grew it out of there, but somebody in Topeka thought, no, we needed to take it all up front, but we've worked through that, because that's a big difference on interest. So we've got that back on track.
Do you have a groundbreaking goal date?
Well, spring.
Spring. Okay.
I'm learning not to pinpoint these
Right.
things.
Well, understandable. There's always something that,
And it will probably be an 18-month project once they start. And something that's relatively new, we're working on a grant that would net us about $900,000. And the people that were supposed to meet with us this week flew into Denver, and they couldn't get down here because of the snow that day. So we're actively pursuing that, because that'd be a big help with our project.
It's a federal tax credit program, and it's a consulting firm is out of Louisiana, and they've worked on these projects.
does it look pretty promising? I mean, is it
It
something
does, it does.
I think
And he
it
has
was
to have
actually
his-
recommended by the Dave Barber, the head loan officer for the USDA Rural Development out of Hayes. He thought this would be a good fit for us to get additional tax benefits and tax credit. And it's generally from some of the larger banks are looking for these tax credits. We also have about $200,000 in Kansas tax credits, which is already, we've been approved for that and have already received $60,000 or so towards that. So,
And that's a Kansas State income tax credit, like was available for the hospital several years ago. And they did that several years in a row at the hospital, and so, yes, we're eligible for like $250,000, and we've got $61,000 so far, but it'll be in effect yet next year, so. So we're trying to scrape all the money we can together. Ed knows that.
and there's,
All you can get
yeah.
else.
The other possibilities for funding would be through regional foundations. The Dane Hansen Foundation has been very generous in Northwest Kansas in the last couple of years, and so we'll probably make an application to them through the county grant writer, which is just another good reason to have a county grant writer, but we could be eligible for some grant funds through them, especially when they see how we're, using tax dollars, tax credits, and we've also raised funds here locally through the St. Francis Community Foundation, and that was kind of the seed money to hire consultants so that we could start doing some of the investigating for the commissioners and the local foundation, as well as Century 2 Foundation out of Bird City, have put money into covering some of the initial cost and expenses. And this, as you're well aware, this project has been going on since 2010 when there was a fire at the nursing home, and we had the vote in 2011 and then a vote again this last year on
It just
establishing.
It just wasn't followed up on, after that original election. It just sat, so.
It's taken much longer than it should have, and therefore, the cost for building and remodeling have gone up each year, so.
But we're moving forward at
Yeah,
how we want
yes.
it down the right path.
And so you'll have bills coming across your desk from like our architect. Those fees are pretty large at this point, but he thinks he's probably 3 weeks away from the working drawings, which means that the contractor can go ahead and let bids, but they have to
Start
have
looking for
the,
materials and that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
and so that's moving along.
In the process, we're using, and this was recommended by our consultant, John Grace, and but it's utilizing a construction manager, which basically they provide a guaranteed maximum cost. So hopefully we won't be looking at cost overruns once you start into construction. Once they put the bids out and accept them, then that construction cost has a maximum. And what we're finding is, building a project of this size in northwest Kansas, we're somewhat disadvantaged compared to if we were in an urban area or even, closer to central Kansas, that our square footage cost is higher than other communities that are larger.
Well, yeah, and we don't have a labor pool, and we don't have many subcontractors to be competitive bids, and so right now we're looking at $260 a square foot, and 300 miles east of here, those building costs would be about $185, and so that's what we're trying to deal with, but we're stuck with a budget. We've got to work within what we've got. That's
And we have to stay within the 6 mills, and when you figure out what the annual payments will be and you extend it over 30 years, it's, you're somewhat limited as to the maximum costs that you can put into it. So we've made adjustments, downsized, taken some things off that we thought should be there, but we've had to downsize the project.
Staying in a budget is staying in a budget.
so. Is there any other questions?
I don't have anything right yet.
Well, and
I
if
just
you
need
do,
to-
why?
Yeah, I just
call.
need to do some more research in it.
Because
get
you've
caught
got
up.
a lot of stuff to paw through. I know you do.
So this grant that you're applying for, is that money above and beyond the 6 mills
Yes.
then that you'll
Yes.
spend on the project?
Yes. So yeah, Rod Klepper's the vice president. He's out of town. Tom's secretary. We've got Velda Wright here and Jeff Paulson. He serves on our board. And, there's 8 total. So
And we tried to get, the task force and the Public Building Commission are one and the same. The members are on both of those, and we tried to get a good cross-section of the county represented on this task force.
Scott Jenkins is on there.
Familiar with
So
the task force.
we appreciate your time, and good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Leave too, if I'd say hi, though I haven't met most of you. Jeff Paulson. John.
Terry Ryder.
Yeah, hi.
Nice to meet you.
I usually report on the last 2 weeks.
Just like school, raise your hand, say.
Good morning.
Good morning,
I
gentlemen.
brought DJ with me this morning. We're going to go over this a little bit on this South Fork River Restoration Project. We've got a little more clarification on this Thursday or Friday. I'm sorry. What we found out, unless you want to do the talking, whatever. We say we got a grant for this $32,000. This was federal money, federal wildlife money. We have that, and that's reimbursable. After we encumber the cost, you'll see on this other column, you'll see these cash amounts. That's what's been contributed. So after we get to rolling, and then we have this contractor, of course, we're going to manage all this, and we're going to be paying the contractor, then we can submit for some of these, for up to this $32,000 to get reimbursed on this.
So the work needs to be done, and then we'll submit it.
Nothing needs to be done. I just wanted to inform you guys.
Okay.
We're managing all that part of that.
But it has to be done before they're gonna match it.
Correct.
Yes.
No,
No.
the cash is, the 19.5 cash is there. 19,500 cash is there.
All right.
So we can start off of that, and then we can ask for the reimbursement out of that 32,000. That's reading is a little different than what we've worked with before, so that's reading to keep you guys up to scale on this. Explaining that correct?
I believe so.
Okay.
So your total project funding shows 71,000. How do we get to that?
Well, see, a lot of that you'll see is the in-kind money, and we need to find out a little more what Kansas Department of Wildlife Parks is doing on in-kind.
Okay.
Ours is, lining up the contractor and our time spent doing that and arranging that. So
Did you have pretty good interest in this yet?
we still have strong interest. We did see, the contractor DJ
Yes.
went out and seen several landowners the other day.
Yes, and what he's doing now is getting the landowner quotes to see what our total cost of the entire project's going to be, because this grant right here, I'm estimating maybe do 180 acres, and that includes the state wildlife areas. I have not got 100% answer on that yet.
So is there a cutoff date that people can sign up for this? Is there,
This grant ends, to get the 32,000 ends August of 2018.
August 5th.
So we got a little time to work with, but
Right, try to
our
figure it
goal
out.
is to have this contractor come back and get us total acres and estimates what it's going to cost the landlord or cost us,
Landowner,
either one, I
yes.
guess. And then this way we'll know how big a need it is, and then hopefully pursue some more grants on it.
Yes. Because we're doing a 75-25 cost share. We're paying 75% of the bill.
and landowners paying the other 25?
Yes.
So what's the county's expense?
The county's expense, we put $2,500 in, you'll see that there. And then just our time, managing it.
And you're gonna do work on state ground.
We haven't really hashed that out yet,
Not
so.
been 100%.
I know we had questions, when we talked earlier, and you'll
I
see,
have big problems with
Yep.
working on state ground when they don't pay any taxes. If they were paying taxes, county taxes, I could understand it, but
they're contributing 10,000 on this they've already put in 10,000 on this
Let them do their
project.
own work though.
Yeah, so we need to find out how many hours they're gonna have on theirs, so we can decide that, I think, so.
Doesn't seem like much of a grant if we're gonna kick in some money and they're gonna spend the money on their land.
Yeah. I agree. So, that's where we're at with that.
We are hoping, we met with Kent, and he is hoping to be down here and set up and ready to go about February 1st.
You're a contractor.
Yeah.
Ken Aiden's the contractor that, we really haven't signed a contract
No, we have
with
not.
him or anything like that, and that's something else that might have to be dealt with, so.
But it's in an agreement that he's gonna do the work.
Yes. And after we had that wildlife meeting down there, there was some concern, you know, if it spreads that mulch out, you know, if that's
Right.
gonna add more seedlings and things like that, but, sounds like what they did down in Cimarron River in South Kansas, worked well, and they didn't have any resprouts come on.
So they just spread the mulch out over a,
They want to keep it out of the wetter areas, so,
move it up the hill.
yeah, if they can, so. Here's a contract with the Department of Transportation, and this is a county agreement to treat the noxious weeds. What we did last year, we went to $35 an hour for labor and $35 for equipment. And I think we're still in the ballpark. If you guys want to see area rates or whatever, that's done. I think Sherman County's high, but then they're also dealing on interstate and more of a higher risk problem, I think, so.
Looks like we're pretty comparable.
If this is an agreement, the chairman has to sign it. And we'll put that $35 and $35 an hour rate in there.
Okay.
We'll just need a motion to do it.
Kind of give me those using, basically.
Well,
Mostly
we
tore
generally
up.
use 240 and Tordon on that, so.
Can say don't use none of that MSMA or you'll be out there for a week. DJ needs that.
No, I don't need that.
Can't get it anymore.
You can't buy that.
No, not in the state of Kansas.
Damn bad.
In fact, they brought it back under a different label called Target, and I don't think that was out on the market 6 weeks, and they pulled it again. I don't know, it was a short period.
I make a motion, we approve the county agreement to treat noxious weeds
On state right away.
on state right away.
Second.
Motion's been made to go ahead and sign the agreement with the Kansas Department of Transportation. Weed control on the right-of-way of the highways. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, that has been passed.
Thank you. All right, I think that those yours, you want to take that back?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, DJ.
I just said, you met DJ, didn't you? Okay.
I know him. Going too good.
We're having problems with this scraper. We get fuel diluted oil sample. We changed lift pumps. We did about everything we can to it. This is Foley's recommendation to have us do. It's a little higher than I expected, but I need to get it corrected, so. And they're gonna go in and change injectors and run some other thing on that.
We'll have a transfer pump on it like a John Deere.
That's what we changed, transfer pump or
And
lift.
that didn't do it.
Didn't do it. So, still shows high.
Usually a diaphragm and binder's what blows, so
Yeah.
it's nice.
That's the first choice to do anyway, and we did that.
Seems pretty cheap.
If it'll fix the problem, yeah.
They say that's about the only thing left, so.
So the street scraper.
For our big scraper, yeah, 17-yard scraper.
You need a motion?
I don't think I need a motion, just as long as you guys are aware of it, so. Okay, back to pickups. The state surplus has these pickups. They generally give us a pretty good deal on them. They're not, how do I say that, they're minimal equipped or whatever, but that's great for what we need. Generally highway miles on these pickups.
Do you know what department or entity owned these before?
No, they did not tell me that. I did put a hold on these two right here. I got 3,000 on that one, that you're looking at, Terry, and 5,000 on this one. They're both four-wheel drive. We've probably got 6 or 7 of these pickups and been very good for us. And they got some Fords if you want to look, if you want to try to get some more, but
I know.
I know what you said last week.
This has been a good program. I'm familiar with this. And, yeah, it's been a good program in the past.
I made an offer, and she was surprised they accepted that, so. Didn't see the prices they had listed on it.
Yeah. Well, some of them have some big miles on them, don't they?
Yeah, got a lot of miles, all of them. In fact, the lowest one's that.
The Chevrolet. Yeah, I saw that.
You like that one, do you? Yeah, okay. Especially for that money?
Yeah.
Good price and less miles, you can't go wrong
Yep.
with that.
So what I'd ask for today is approval to get the two I put a hold on. If I could get another guy to go and a good price on another, if I could get permission to do that one, I'd like to also.
And what's your proposed use for them? I mean, where are you gonna put them? Where are you gonna
Territory
use them?
pickups, and then Byron's wanting to, we're having trouble with the park issues on his not holding out at the landfill, and we'd probably be selling some of them. So,
So one of these would go to Byron,
maybe
or one of the other ones?
one of our others that we
Okay.
trade out or something, because he doesn't need it near as bad as we need it, so.
All right. You just gotta take Dave's word for it that we need them.
Sometime over the next few months, I would love to see a inventory of what vehicles this county has, the current mileage on them, maybe an approximate value. I don't know how you're going to base that, whether it be Blue Book or whatever, but I would love to see an accounting of just what we do have and what we don't have.
which we generally do an annual report, and we have to do, all departments have to do an inventory at the first of the year, so.
Okay, so is everybody doing that? Okay, good.
So your budget's all right?
Yes. Should be good there. This was a project I found out just Friday. The state is going to be milling an inch and overlaying 2 inches from Wheeler west to the state line on Highway 36. You know, we went to that meeting down there in Sharon Springs and there wasn't anything said about it. And he was kind of surprised too that they let this one when the state was out of money, but anyway. There's going to be some construction going on in the county, so.
Right during wheat harvest?
What's that?
Right during wheat harvest?
Probably.
June 1 to October 1, yeah.
That and people on bicycles.
Yeah, you can catch
That's
them
always hits the
too.
same time.
But anyway, that's what's going to be happening, so.
So what are your plans with this millings you put on?
We purchased millings. We put them on the, part of the Long Ridge Road, what I'm calling it, in north there. I am not very happy. It's a dry
Really?
mix, and, yeah, really, it's a dry mix. They did not stick. And that's what Jeff with KDOT was saying. They do a drier mix nowadays, less oil in them. So this week, Venture's going to come out and see how they can help us out on this deal.
Have you thought about rototilling that?
We'd rototilled it earlier, and we might have to do that, but I can't do it this time of the year. But
Well, I mean.
the more we work it, the more it wants to ravel.
I know you can't hardly stay on that if you get about 35, 40 mile an hour.
Yep, I know. We got a problem with it. So anyway, we're looking into it and see what's going on with that deal.
You just need our approval on the pickups?
Yeah, you need approval, at least get them to, and then give me permission to look at another one maybe. But I need to do a little study on that and see whether everything works, so. But I do want permission on the two for sure, the two Chevy pickups.
You want a motion then?
Motion for the two Chevy pickups purchased.
I move that Dave can purchase the 2 Chevy pickups for the road and bridge and look at,
Okay, I got 5,000.
The other one's 3.
That's all right. It's a 2009 Chevy pickup for $5,000. And then $3,000 for a 2002. Okay.
and then we give him the option to purchase the third one if he likes it. Do you have a price on that? Or
I don't have a price on that. I'm going to compare, see what they have available, because it's going to go public on the 11th. So, I'm not saying I'm taking one, but I would like to look into it a little bit.
So we have a motion made to go ahead and accept this. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded to go ahead and allow Dave to purchase the 2 Chevrolet pickups, one for $3,000 and one for $5,000. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. I think you got it.
All right. When are we going to discuss wage agreements and things like that? Has anything been decided?
We haven't had, we're not really able to because we're minus the county attorney for this
Okay.
meeting.
Okay.
We definitely need her here and have her input. And I know, I was really hoping it would be done before today, but apparently they're not, so. Roger and I are totally unfamiliar with the process and how it goes, so we need to get caught up, and we're gonna need the county attorney to do that. So it's gonna be the end of the month meeting, I'm sure.
Okay. And then, are we going to have another meeting before then? Because I'm going to have to get some fuel, and that's the reason they generally want paid within 10 days. Plus, we're going to have to do payroll.
It was
think payroll was scheduled to run on the 16th.
There was a date.
Well, I'm getting after, the way it's scheduled, the payroll ends today.
Right.
And then that's the reason we're gonna have to work them tomorrow or whatever, the next day to get that.
I think we're going to have a special meeting on the 16th just to make the payroll and make sure our monies are where they need to be. And that's a
That's on a
Monday.
Monday, good.
That's on a Monday.
It's Martin Luther King Day, I don't know.
We're not going
We stay with President's Day, okay.
to,
Okay.
historically, we've not done Martin Luther King Day, so we're going to stay with that. That would allow us to have that meeting on the 16th and take care of whatever business needs to be taken care of then.
Okay.
Is that agreeable with you guys?
Okay. Well, before I leave, I know you probably want to stay on schedule, but I need to have an executive session with them on property. So.
Hey, can we take a quick break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
Quick break, okay.
Yes.